What's up, guys? So before we get started with today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about a couple things about something that we found out yesterday. So yesterday the world found out on social media that at a rally in Utah, political activist Charlie Kirk, I think is his name, um, got shot. Right in the neck, and sadly he didn't make it. I know that there are a lot of people who are huge fans of Charlie Kirk, who was a political activist who had his own beliefs. Obviously, we all have our own personal beliefs about certain things in the world, um, whether it's whether it's about politics, whether it's about who's who should be eating what. You know, we all have our own personal beliefs. I know that some people, from what I remember and from what I had seen on social media yesterday while I was at locals, um, apparently there were quite a few people that were actually happy that Charlie Kirk got shot. To anybody who does, all I can say is that you guys are sick. I'm just gonna throw that out there. You guys are sick. You guys are twisted, and it's not right. Um, as far as that goes, huge shout out to Charlie Kirk's friends, his family. Um, our thoughts and prayers go out to you guys, and all I can say is whoever shot him definitely needs to be locked up for good. That's all I can say. But on a more positive note, if you guys remember, a little literally almost a month ago, I got two cards graded. I got two Yu-Gi-Oh cards graded. Ghost Ray Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon Unlimited from Clash Rebellion, and then the second was an unlimited Secret Rare Elemental Hero Magma Neos from Tactical Evolution. I just found out that my cards are now being processed right now as we speak, so it will not be long before I get my hands on those cards. I should be getting the grades back sometime between now and I want to say the second week of October, somewhere around there. So the second week of next month. So within that timeline, I should be getting those grades back, and I will be revealing them on the channel in a vlog. It will be a vlog. It will be a proper vlog, and I will try to vlog it as best as I can. So get ready for that one. I know that I tried to vlog going into GameStop to try to get my cards graded and shit. But GameStop wouldn't let me, which is totally fine. Again, it's totally fine. I totally get it, but yeah. But yeah. Huge shout out to PSA. Thank you guys for grading my cards. I'm looking forward to conducting more business with you guys in the foreseeable future. But on that note, we are now less than 24 hours away from WWE Worlds Collide, where for the second time this year, AAA takes over the WWE. This time it will be in Las Vegas, Nevada later tonight. And excuse me. And this card is actually is actually just something that I was not expecting. So let us kick things off with a what's known as an 8-man lucha showcase that will feature La Parca, um, Mascarita Sagrada, Hamburguesa, uh, Nino Hamburguesa, and Octagon Jr. against the LWO, Lince Dorado, and Mini Abismo Negro. Yes, you heard me right. That is his name. Um, so obviously we know that Octagon Jr. had an incredible instant classic with the LWO and with Lince Dorado earlier this year back in June, when Octagon teamed up with Aerostar and Mr. Iguana in an incredible 6-man tag, which was again, it was an instant classic. But because that we don't know much about the rest of these guys, it's hard to predict who is going to take it. But what we do know is that Hamburguesa actually had a huge showing a little over literally several weeks ago at Triple Mania, which was AAA's biggest show that they do. Basically, it was basically their version of WrestleMania, and Hamburguesa had teamed up with Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice to take on the Judgment Day, which were the tag team champions, and and Raquel Rodriguez, which that was an intense matchup. So as far as who I think is going to win in this scenario, it's so hard to predict because when it comes to lucha libre, anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. So I think honestly, I think the victory would have to go to the LWO, Lince Dorado, and Mini Abismo, just because of the fact that the LWO and Lince, they were incredible at the first Worlds Collide earlier this year, and if I remember right, they actually even though they lost to Octagon Jr., L-Star, and Mr. Iguana, they did a hell of a job. So maybe they might have a chance. Next up, we have a fatal 4-way for the AAA Latin American title that will feature the new champion Elio de Dr. Wagner Jr., Dragon Lee, JD McDonough, one half of the World Tag Team Champions, and of course the NXT North American Champion Ethan Page. This wouldn't be the first time that Ethan Page was in a fatal 4-way for a championship. In fact, Worlds Collide. Excuse me. If you guys recall, at Worlds Collide, he defended the North American title against Rey Fenix, Javon Evans, and I believe it was Laredo Kid, actually. So the fact that Ethan Page has that victory under his belt, basically is basic proof that Ethan Page might have a chance to become a double champion, becoming, I believe, the second person in NXT to hold 2 championships from 2 different promotions. Let's not forget, JC Jane holds the distinction. Actually, JC Jane holds the distinction of being the first because let's not forget, she became the TNA Knockouts champion by defeating Masha Slamovich at Slammiversary, I believe it's at Slammiversary, right after Evolution. After she retained her NXT Women's title against Jordan Grace. No thanks in part, literally thanks in part to, obviously, Blake Monroe. So Ethan Page could make history. He could make history, but Dr. Wagner Jr. He had a stellar performance at Triple Mania, and he did incredible. And as far as JD goes, I mean, think about this, right? Triple Mania, the Judgment Day just completely dominated. They dominated that 6-person mixed tag against Mr. Iguana, against Lola Vice, and against El Nino Hamburguesa, and the fact that they were able to defeat three incredible talent in one single match is proof that JD has what it takes to become a singles champion for the first time in well over 5 years. Yeah, it's actually been well over 5 years. In fact, he was actually the longest reigning cruiserweight champion in WWE history, holding the title for well over 400 days. That was his first and only singles title in WWE when he was a part of NXT UK. But you cannot sleep on Dragon Lee. There's a reason why Rey Mysterio called him the future of Lucha Libre, is because he is that. People forget that Dragon Lee is a former WWE Speed Champion, and he's had a lot of success in NXT, being a former North American champion. So that says a lot. That says a lot about Dragon Lee. But Wagner Jr., after the performance we saw at Triple Mania, I have a feeling that tomorrow night Wagner Jr. might pull it off. So my money is on the champion. And speaking of the Judgment Day, the Judgment Day's Finn Balor and Roxanne Perez will take on Lola Vice and Mr. Iguana. Now, the last time Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice teamed up, it was back at Triple Mania, and Mr. Iguana's mixed tag team championship partner kind of got a little upset about that. She got a little jelly. She made herself some PB&J, peanut butter and fucking jealous, and knocked out Lola Vice. Yeah, that happened at Triple Mania, which is proof that his tag team partner was the overprotective, jealous type, I would say. But for Lola Vice and for Mr. Iguana, this is redemption. This is a way to get redemption against the Judgment Day for what happened at Triple Mania. So this will be very interesting, because we don't know what Finn Balor will have up his sleeve, because the thing is, the only member of the Judgment Day that will be in their corner will be Raquel Rodriguez. So I mean, unless if Mr. Iguana has a trick up his sleeve, excuse me, like perhaps his mixed tag team championship partner, I have a feeling that the Judgment Day will once again dominate against Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice. So they might not. We will have to wait and see, but I think my money will have to be on the Judgment Day. Next up, we've got Fabi Apache against Natalia in a number one contenders match, where the winner will challenge for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship, or as they call it, their women's championship. Um, we saw at Triple Mania, Natalia is a beast. She's been a beast in the ring in AAA. She is proven to be such a dominant force, even in spite of the loss at Triple Mania in that triple threat match for the Reina de Reinas championship. Natty proved that she can once again. She has what it takes to once again be a singles champion in WWE. I think tomorrow night is going to be her night, and we might end up we could see a new champion in the form of Natalia when that match comes to pass. So my money is definitely going to be on Natalia. Next up is the AAA tag team titles between the new champions Pagano and Psycho Clown against the New Day. You heard me right. The New Day will be getting a shot at tag team gold once again. I can't say that I'm surprised. But then again, this is a great way for the New Day to put themselves back in line for a shot at the World Tag Team titles, currently being held by the Judgment Day. So it's gonna be pretty interesting because we know how good the New Day is, right? They are one of the most dominant tag team champions in WWE. One of their reigns as tag team champions, they held the tag titles for over 460 days, which is, I think 484 days was their reign, which was actually one of the longest reigns for tag team titles for the tag team titles in history. In fact, the only other team that held the tag titles longer was Demolition at a little over 390 days or something like that. I think it's 390. I actually do want to see that. I believe it's 390. Um, um, let's see. 470. Apparently, they were tag team champions for 478 days. So they were able to hold on. So New Day held the tag team titles for literally one extra week. So think about that, guys. Think about that. One extra week over Demolition. Think about that. 483 days. Yeah, so literally an entire week. An entire week over literally for one extra week over Demolition. And let's also not forget that Triple Mania, Pagano and Psycho Clown defeated Los Garza in a street fight to win the AAA tag team title. So between the tag champs and the former champions, one has to wonder who's got the edge in this matchup. And crazy as it sounds, it's gotta be the New Day because of the fact that they've been a team for so long. They basically know they basically know each other's next move. So as far as Pagano and Psycho Clown, they had better step up their game tomorrow night because at Worlds Collide, if they lose, there's no telling what will be next. I don't know if I'll be posting the photos on Instagram of each match on the card. I probably won't. I think I probably won't just because I probably won't. I won't just because I want to truly experience Worlds Collide, kind of like what I did the first event back in June. So I kind of just want to like just watch the show, and then sometime over the weekend, what I'll do is I'll do a pack opening. I'll 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 do like a pack opening or something, and do a quick do like a quick review of the show. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like really think about it. But I might. But I mean, I might do the results. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like really think about it. But as far as as far as the tag titles go, my money's on the New Day. We now move into the main event, and this is actually going to be a very interesting matchup because at Triple Mania, the, because at Triple Mania, can't speak. Elio del Vikingo defended his AAA Mega Championship in a Fatal 4-Way against three of the absolute best, which were Dragon Lee, Dirty Dom, and El Grande Americano. And yes, you heard, and yes, you are gonna hear me right when I say this. Vikingo got booed in his own home state in his own home country in Mexico. Vikingo got booed. So it makes me think that they don't want Vikingo as champion anymore. But I think it has a lot to do with the fact that he defeated Alberto El Patron to regain the AAA Mega Championship from him in the first place. So maybe that has a lot to do with it, or it could also potentially mean that excuse me, or it could also mean that with WWE's partnership with AAA, he forced El Patron out of AAA, forcing him to not work with WWE anymore, because let's not forget, Patron got released from WWE in 2016, right after the 2016 WWE draft. So that's saying a lot. That is saying a lot. But I will say though, I think it's gonna be very, very interesting to see how this match plays out, because with Vikingo's match against Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio has gotten one up over Vikingo, excuse me, multiple times over the last month, like what, month and a half, ever since Triple Mania. And the fact that he's had a one up over the champion, Dominic Mysterio can make history by being the only person in WWE to hold both the AAA Mega Championship and the WWE Intercontinental Championship in a single run. But he could also become the first Mysterio to be Mega Champion as well, which is possible. But knowing Vikingo, he always has a plan. But if I'm being honest, I gotta go with Dirty Dom. I think if there's one person that can make history, it's definitely him. It is definitely him. But With that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know down in the comments below your predictions on Worlds Collide. And with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more premium, more PLE predictions and results in the future, although I wouldn't really say that this is a PLE because it's going to be on YouTube, but I will call it a PLE. But again, if you guys want more PLE predictions and results in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.